Hi, so I'll be comparing Mark Twain's observation and Hit and Run Helper's opinions as far as Chinese immigration in California. So there were a few notable things in reading both documents. First, in Mark Twain's observation, what I really appreciate is that the fact that it was an observation. It's something that he saw with his own eyes. It was actually raw data of what was going on. And he noticed that all Chinamen could read, write, and that they were very industrious. He also noticed that the Chinamen were a great convenience to everybody else, that they could make good house servants because they were quick, obedient, and patient, and could absolutely learn anything very quickly. So they were also a great convenience for white men because they took on a lot of the jobs that white men did not want. They took on the fines for white men's petty thefts, imprisonment for their robberies, and death for their murders. And then flip to Hit and Run Helper. His opinion of Chinamen were that they were lazy and that they hold themselves aloof from the rest of society, that they did not contribute to the advancement of America in any way or American interests. They didn't build or buy or work towards the Commonwealth. A lot of them came over, mainly Chinamen who came over, and they would work and they would take their monies back to their towns. And so I think that's the reason why Hinton considered them lazy. Yeah, because they did not work and they did not choose to assimilate with American culture. So I wanted to compare the Chinaman to other documents that we've read in the course. One is the one we previously did with Carl Schurz, his report on the conditions of the South and the general treatment of blacks as a class. And he said that the Negro, that the common conception or conviction towards blacks was that they will not work without physical compulsion. So unless, like, if you left them to themselves, they would not work, and that they need to be driven by the whip. The whites esteemed the blacks as their property by right, and it was just a common belief, a common conviction. And if you compare that to how the Chinese immigrants were treated, it was like the Chinese did not allow themselves to be ran by anyone other than themselves, versus like, and that's the problem that Hinton had, was that the Chinamen did not assimilate. Like, they just did not build towards the American economy. However, the blacks did contribute to the American economy. They could not own their own land. Like, they still, in some ways, maintained a status of subexistence, if you will. And so, so when you compare the immigration, it was like the blacks were here and they were American, but they did not have the same privileges as such as owning land, which really was the token to being an American citizen, was being independent and having your own land. The Chinese immigrants chose not to build anything for this country, and they build their own wealth, and they took it back with them. So I hope that I did a pretty good comparison. I can't wait to hear what's going to happen in the discussion and possibly learn something new. Thank you.